Welcome to Utah Explored Off-Road. On each episode, we take you across the state to explore Utah's best off-highway vehicle trail systems. Along the way, we meet clubs, organizations, and individuals that have been essential in preserving, maintaining, and promoting trail access. We'll join them on personal guided tours of their favorite trails as they take us to unbelievable locations you won't find at the end of a paved road. Together, we'll learn how staying on designated routes, sharing the trails with fellow users, and following OHV safety laws is vital to protecting the incredible riding privileges we all enjoy. From dirt bikes to snowmobiles, side-by-sides to ATVs, Utah Explored Off-Road is your exclusive guide to everything you need to know about riding here in Utah. Coming up on this episode of Utah Explored Off-Road, we ride the Chief Tintic Trail system with Ty Tyler, a Utah OHV rider who has spent years promoting responsible riding, education, and alongside groups and organizations. Next, we'll head south to join the Tri-State ATV Club as they take us on a guided tour of the Gooseberry Mesa Trail while seeing historic locations along the way. On the Arapeen Trail system, we join the Morrison Family on their annual ride as they discuss how riding has become much more than just a sport. It's part of the legacy they pass down generation to generation within their family. Before cleaning the dust off our sunglasses, we'll head out on one last ride into the canyons near Moab. We join Treadlightly as they show us what we can do to help protect sensitive areas on our next ride, all while learning more about the importance of the Utah OHV program, the role clubs, individuals, and organizations play in keeping trails accessible for future generations. So fill up your gas tank and get ready for another exciting episode of Utah Explored Off-Road. The Chief Tintic Trail near Eureka, Utah is an amazing OHV adventure through historic mining ruins. We join Utah rider Ty Tyler as he guides us on this ride. We learn why riding has been such a vital part of Ty's life, get insight into his goals and work to preserve trail access, and learn how important it is to pass this information on to future generations of riders.
I'm Wesley Ty Tyler. Live here in Utah. Been here for, 30 years maybe. The OHV lifestyle has changed my life dramatically in the sense of pretty much all my weekends are filled with riding or some sort of activity. I try to give back to the sport as much as possible. I like to go out and do trail maintenance. I like to help sign the trails. In 1983, I think it was, Suzuki came out with the first four-wheeler, and it was a 125, but I bought one of those and they were just so much fun. Shortly afterwards they came out with a whole big 185, so I bought it so that way my wife and I could each have a machine. Contacted a few of my friends. I like riding and we love going out, so I contacted a few of my friends and some family members, and we decided we'd come out here to Eureka and do a little riding. We're just going to do a little loop around and see some of the history that Eureka has to offer, some of the mining and that, plus hopefully some good trails that we'll ride. Eureka's a good place to come, and there's a lot of history here, a lot of mining, just a lot of history, and a lot of trails, and it's very diverse. When we started out in this town of Eureka, we actually started at the city park. And we drove through a bunch of pinyon and juniper trees. The trail was a little rutty and rocky, which made it a little bit of a challenge, which is fun. You don't want to ride on a dirt road that you can drive your Corvette on. Yeah, this has been great. We've been able to take the grandkids out. There's 7 of us, so I take an ATV and then the 2 side-by-sides. I call it the grandson mobile. The OHV program means about everything to me. I'm involved with them. If we don't have a program like that, if we don't have an organized effort to keep people informed and to help educate them, we're going to lose all of these trails. They're going to shut it all down. And the OHV program is kind of the spear that's leading the charge here. They're the tip of the spear. If you have a good map and signs out at all of the trail junctions, there's no reason to go off trail or to get lost, and people can get out and do things. Staying on the trail is so critical. If you look over there and say, look at that mountain, I bet I can climb that mountain. Well, there's no road there, but I want to get to the top. And you do it, and that's illegal. But the problem is bigger than that, is somebody will see your tracks going up to the top of that hill. And they're going, hey, there's a track, let's go. And they follow it. And that's not what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to keep it pristine, looking good. That's why you have a designated route. Trails that they're putting in, they do a lot of studies on that to make sure that it's environmentally impact friendly, that it's not damaging the watershed, that it's not damaging the land or causing a lot of erosion. So those trails are designed, they are created with science so that we have the least impact on the land. And by us cutting corners or going off trail, then we're impacting the land. We can cause erosion, we can cause damage to the watershed. And that's why it's important that we don't do that. I've tried to give back. I do a lot of signing from the OHV program. I've worked with them early on. The OHV program helps with that management, with their policies. All of those programs help so that we make sure that we manage the land and that we take care of it. We ride some epic trails, but then we also have time to sit down and discuss how we can better serve our community, how we can keep trails open, how we can get the importance of proper etiquette out to the masses.
There's a lot of places that I have so much fun with him, especially riding. It makes me feel excited because we're going out, you're seeing history and you're being outside, getting fresh air and just having fun.
I've always said that if anybody wants to know anyone in the OHV community, they need to get to know my dad. He is extremely well connected. If there's a project involved to improve a trail, to sign a trail, he's either going to be there or he's involved in it some way or fashion that he knows everyone that's going to be involved in those projects.
It's the 50th year anniversary of the Utah OHV program. Happy anniversary. I hope you have 50, 100, 200 more anniversaries. I want to preserve and protect everything this country has to offer.
Ty Tyler shows us the importance of protecting these trails for future generations through staying on designated routes, practicing proper trail etiquette, and working with organizations to educate new and seasoned riders alike in an effort to preserve our trails. Located just 1 hour outside of St. George is the Gooseberry Mesa Trail. This amazing trail offers views of Zion National Park, as well as access to one of Utah's most famous ghost towns, Grafton. We join members of the Tri-State OHV Club as they take us out on a personal tour of the Gooseberry Mesa Trail. We'll learn about the terrain, the places to see along the way, and what makes OHV trails so important to those who ride them.
My name's Brad Carey. I'm with the Tri-State ATV Club here in Hurricane, Utah. And this is one of our, I would say, original trails that we've done here during our jamborees. It's a popular mountain biking trail. It's a popular ATV trail. I love it. I mean, the camaraderie we have here, the friendships we have here in the club, we all enjoy each other, have a good time out here enjoying the scenery.
From the staging area located just off Utah 59 on Main Street in Apple Valley, our group heads north towards Gooseberry Mesa, where the trail merges into Smithsonian Butte Road. Just past the steep incline, known as Crybaby Hill, the dirt track ends at a gravel road taking you into the ghost town of Grafton.
What we've got going on here, we came down a hill here that's called Crybaby Hill, and we ran into a converted bus. Yeah, we do. Go ahead.
The bus is backing down the hill. We're following him if you can't see it.
If anybody gets in trouble, whether they're with us, a member with us, we're going to stop and help. You don't want to leave anybody stranded out on the trail. You don't want to leave anybody in a situation where them or someone else can get hurt. You need to look out for each other, and that's what we're trying to do here. Some of our people are helping this guy off the hill. Be careful, try not to get your wheels locked up. If you lock your wheels up, you're at the mercy of the weight of the vehicle and the slime. It can get fairly steep, rocky, and during rain and muddy, it's very slippery and slimy. If your wheels are turning, then you can actually steer the vehicle. But if your wheels are locked up and you're just sliding in the mud, you can turn your wheels and you're going to continue to slide. So it's keep your speed down, gear down, put it in low gear, the lowest gear you have, and just try to be very careful. We dropped down in off of Crybaby Hill into Rockville. Then we went over to the town of Grafton, which is an old ghost town, historic town that was established. It was washed away by floods. People went and gathered their belongings that flowed downstream, came back, relocated slightly, and got washed away again. Then from Grafton, we stopped at the Grafton Cemetery, which is a very old 1870 era cemetery. There was a sickness that came through that affected some of the people here, and so people decided to leave the area and the buildings were left. And we came back up Crybaby Hill up on top here to Gooseberry Mesa.
After admiring the amazing history, our group heads back up on top of Gooseberry Mesa, riding across sand, slick rock, multiple small climbs, and finally, along mesa top vistas to a beautiful overlook at the end of the Gooseberry Mesa Trail. With scenic panoramic views around every bend, historic stops, and unique terrain, the Gooseberry Mesa Trail is perfect for riders of all abilities.
Being a member of this club, I mean, it's like being a member of a family. We've met wonderful people. We've learned a lot of things, and it's something that I enjoy. It's something I'll be a part of the rest of my life.
Well, the Utah OHV program is awesome. It allows people to get out and ride. It teaches people to ride with respect, to leave no trace. You know, we preach that in our club, and the state of Utah has done a very good job teaching that, and we try to follow the state's lead on that, and we try to have all of our club members, all the people that ride with us, we preach that in our club. This being the 50th anniversary of the Utah OHV program, you know, we couldn't be doing rides like this, and we appreciate everything that the OHV program does for us, and we're glad to be a part of the 50th anniversary.
The Gooseberry Mesa Trail is the perfect trail for riders of all abilities. On this adventure, you'll experience challenging terrain, beautiful vistas, and historical places along the trail. Always stay on designated routes, assist others, and practice good trail etiquette. For more information about off-highway vehicles, places to ride, and to learn more about the 50th anniversary of the Utah OHV program, visit www.ohv.utah.gov.
Do you want to learn about more amazing Utah places to visit? Utah Explored is your personal tour guide to all the amazing places, unique activities, and one-of-a-kind destinations that only Utah has to offer. Each week, we take you on a guided tour of places you can only experience here in Utah. Check out our other videos and watch full episodes free at utahexplored.com.
Every year, families from across Utah get together and go out for a ride on their favorite OHV trail. To many of these families, like the Morrison family, getting together to ride motorcycles and ATVs is much more than a tradition. It's a legacy that defines their family and ties them together across generations.
I love the mountains, and I always enjoyed being up there. but I didn't enjoy the long walks. And motorcycle, and the ATVs gave me the option of being back in the mountains and seeing all the beautiful scenery.
This has been a generational thing. Started with my parents. I have 3 other brothers and 1 sister, and by the time we were in high school, we all had motorcycles.
It's an activity where it gets the whole family together. No matter what we're doing, we're always excited to go riding.
It's really cool to see my 80-something-year-old grandparents out there riding, and I would hope that I'm at that point when I'm their age.
What riding's done to our family is it's really helped us to become close. There's so many memories and stories and pictures that we have. We go back and look and laugh and talk about the great times we've had in the past. And so really it's building memories as a family.
I've never been a good rider, and first time I tipped over and hurt my finger, and I said I'm never doing it again, so he got me a 4-wheeler. Ken can drive and I can just sit back and enjoy it.
So this has been our legacy. He bought our first motorcycle when I was 8 years old, and my wife and I, we've been riding since we were married, and she rode when she was a young child.
I started motorcycling when my parents bought me my first Trail 70 Honda. So we've just always motorcycled with the family and bought all our kids' machines, and it's just such a great family activity.
I wanted them to experience the opportunity to ride the bike themselves and also become more skillful. And I think it's something that they've become very skillful at and passing on to their children and have passed on to their children.
My second boy bought a side-by-side, and he already has his 2-year-old riding in there with him.
It's just really important because we've made memories from the time these children were little. And here I am getting very old now, and it brings back really, really fun memories.
It is so important for our family to get out and motorcycle together because it's a great tradition that we've done our whole lives, and every kid can do it. We go all over the state of Utah. We love Utah. It is such a great state. It has so much great terrain.
And we just unload our machines and just stop a lot so they can do a lot of talking, have lots of treats.
Getting us out into the mountains, it's always been kind of an escape. Forget about work, forget about whatever's going on, get out in the hills and have a few hours just to, enjoy it and be with family.
Go ride for the day or spend the night somewhere and then Dutch oven dinner or something like that.
It's a great experience to just get away and to be able to enjoy these things, and I think it needs to be protected.
It is a sport that everyone can participate in. My grandparents are participating in it, my younger cousins are participating in this sport, so I think that it's important to protect it because of that diversity.
It's very important to follow every safety rule you can.
Be careful. Wear your helmet.
You should be wearing gloves, you should be wearing over-the-ankle boots, you should be wearing long pants.
And really see what it's all about, because you can get into places that normally you wouldn't get to. You can cover a lot of ground, more so than when you're hiking or mountain biking. You go great distances and see a lot of country. And I think until you do it and really experience it firsthand, it's difficult to understand.
We ride because we enjoy being out on the trails, and part of the legacy that I'd like to pass on to my children
We love this. We've done it for generations.
It's just a fun thing for the family to remember. It's a nice legacy.
It really just helps you, you know, kind of get back to your roots, and you do feel at peace, connects you back to nature. You know, coming out on rides like this, it's really what makes us the Morrison family. It's really what makes us who we are.
To the Morrison family, the time spent out on the trail has become a part of who they are as a family. For more information about off-highway vehicles and to learn more about the 50th anniversary of the Utah OHV program, visit www.ohv.utah.gov. You're watching Utah Explored Off-Road. Learn more about Utah's amazing trails, outdoor activities, and iconic destinations. Watch full episodes anytime at utahexplored.com. It's important to remember to stay on established trails. Treadlightly and its partners lead a nationwide initiative to protect and enhance recreation access and opportunities by promoting outdoor ethics to heighten individuals' sense of good stewardship. The goal is to balance the needs of the people who enjoy outdoor recreation with our need to maintain healthy ecosystems.
I am Cliff Kuntz, Executive Director of Ride with Respect, and I'm here enjoying an outing with Treadlightly in the historic mining town of Sago. Ride with Respect does a lot of trail work in cooperation with the land managers to try to make ATV, motorcycle, side-by-side, and even four-wheel driving sustainable, safe, and enjoyable for everyone who uses the public lands. To keep the roads, trails, and all the places that they lead to legally accessible. But then it's also to keep them in good condition. We also educate other riders to respect the land, because in order for multiple uses to work, you know, we have to be compatible with those other uses and the natural and cultural resources on the land, which in most cases we are if we just tread lightly. There's a lot of wildlife and plant life out here that's not just here for the enjoyment of the place, it's home for those species. Then in addition to conserving those renewable resources, we have these non-renewable resources out here. Some of the rock art down in Sago and dinosaur tracks closer to Moab that could be as much as 200 million years old. You're in a museum. We want to be allowed out here. It's nobody but ours to conserve for generations to come.
I'm Jim Little. I'm up here on vacation, riding dirt bikes with my friends, and we're having a great time riding through these areas and seeing the historic petroglyphs. The bikes are really a way to access some areas that there wouldn't be any other way to get to and see some of these things. And it's really good that this group is trying to protect them, and we do what we can to tread lightly.
My name is Jessica Montcalm. I am an archaeologist with the Abandoned Mine Reclamation Program of the Utah Division of Oil, Gas, and Mining. And we are standing inside the general store at the former coal company town of Sago, Utah. The ghost town of Sago, which is what it's considered now, is situated on private property, but it is right next to public lands. The private landowner has been more than gracious in allowing the public to recreate up here. There are a lot of off-road vehicle recreationists, motorbikers, hikers, tourists who come through and wander up this way. And embracing and taking care of a place like this, not leaving trash, not destroying buildings, not tearing things down, ensures that private landowners leave spots like this open for access, leave us the ability to cross those public lands boundaries and take in the history of these forgotten towns that are out in the desert. But to look at it now, there's nothing left. So respecting what little is here, such as the standing structure at the general store and the remains that are left scattered on the ground, help protect the history that we can still glean from the day-to-day lives of the people who used to live here. It's really important to respect places like this because maintaining public access on private property to sightsee, to appreciate the surroundings, the history of these locations really does further each individual's appreciation. And it is our duty to see the past into the future.
Hi, I'm Ashley Losi. I'm an archaeologist with BLM Utah. Looting and vandalism of archaeological and paleontological resources is a real problem because it robs us all of our cultural and natural heritage. Rock art here in Sago Canyon begins about 5,000 years ago with the Barrier Canyon style rock art. This is followed by Fremont style rock art, which dates to about 1,000 years ago, followed by Ute style rock art, which dates to about 600 years ago, and we also have historic inscriptions which are all post-Civil War. When you visit rock art sites like Sago Canyon, please remember to not touch the rock art. The oils in your fingers are actually corrosive and speed up the erosion of the art. Also, please do not add to the art so that we can all enjoy these places as pristine rock art sites.
My name is Rebecca Hunt Foster, and I'm the District Paleontologist for BLM Canyon Country District in southeastern Utah. And today we're in Mill Canyon. This area is really popular for coming to see dinosaur tracks and dinosaur bones. There's a historic stage stop. People come here to Jeep and ride their UTVs and their motorbikes, and it's just a fun area to come out and explore. And we're just working to educate and tell visitors about how to enjoy sites, how to properly visit them, and how to enjoy them with respect. People are welcome to come to the Mill Canyon Dinosaur Trail here and look at dinosaur bones, but we ask that you please don't remove them. Removing them takes a resource away from everyone that's here to see these fossils, and if everyone took a little flake away, there would be nothing left. So we ask that if you come to the Mill Canyon Dinosaur Trail, to please enjoy the bones, take lots of pictures, but please don't remove any of the fossils.
It's important to remember to stay on established trails and respect the rules that help protect sensitive areas and ensure access to these locations stays open for future generations. For more information on finding designated trails, riding education, and tips, visit treadlightly.org. On this episode, we rode the Chief Tintic Trail system with Ty Tyler as he shared his favorite places along the trail while sharing the importance of promoting responsible riding. In southern Utah, we joined the Tri-State ATV Club on a guided tour of Gooseberry Mesa while visiting historic stops along the way. On the Arapeen Trail system, we joined the Morrison family on their annual ride as they shared how riding has become much more than just a sport. It's part of the legacy they pass down generation to generation within their family. Before calling it a day, we took one last ride into the canyons near Moab to join Treadlightly, archaeologists, and OHV riders as they showed us what we can do to help protect sensitive areas on our next ride. Thank you for joining us on this exciting episode of Utah Explored Off-Road. Join us for another ride in our next episode as we explore the history, destinations, and unique experiences you can only have out on the trail. We'll ride with more clubs, organizations, and individuals that have been essential in preserving trail access across the state. Get out there, get some dust in your teeth, and put some miles on your machine. But as always, do so with respect. Stay on designated routes. We all love to ride, so let's do our part to protect the riding privileges we have here in Utah. Learn more about Utah's amazing trails, outdoor activities, and iconic destinations. Watch full episodes anytime at utahexplored.com.